It's all happening in... It's time for the NBA.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3. And for the Mavericks, Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Richardson. Then there's Doncic, and it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Lillard finds Covington. Shot clock at 5. Portland needs to get off a shot. Pass to Lillard for 3. That one doesn't drop. Nice D from Doncic. And here are the Mavericks now. Here's Porzingis. Kicks it out to Richardson. Doncic outside. Lets it go from 11. Here's Marjanovic. Goes back up. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Second chances are a great measure of what a team is doing in terms of their effort on a nightly basis, and that was some serious effort there.
Now here's Lillard. Wide open look. And it's Lillard again missing.
The defense there got away with a major lapse. And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
Now here's Lillard following the missed shot by Nurkic. They had a number of cracks at it but came away empty-handed.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Porzingis passes to Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Now, here's Lillard.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Good on the bucket.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Lillard. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Passes it to Nurkic. And it's Lillard missing.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Now here's Porzingis. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Maxi Kleber comes in for Porzingis. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. So it's Portland now. The Mavericks making the shot. It's good.
Well, really good ball movement on the entire possession, and then CJ getting slick.
Here's Dallas. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Now here's Brunson. He's guarded close. He gets it in there.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Trailblazers trail by 12. McCollum deciding where to go with it. To the paint, and Kanter throws it down.
Well, this is kind of that set play here for Kanter where he can show his wares. Good instincts there on the pick and roll.
And here's Brunson. The feed to Cauley Stein. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Here's Simons. No points in the game yet for him. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Here's Richardson. Throws it down. If the official calls the foul, it may be a three-point play. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
Josh enjoying this and one opportunity. Good job finishing despite the defense knocking him around a bit.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Nelly is checked in for Maxi Kleba. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Portland. Simons, the pass to Kenny. Shooting foul as the whip. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him.
I think in the past, anytime I got into a rhythm and had a big game.
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Mavericks team out there.
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for the Mavericks, J.J. Redick is out there with Burke. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Melly in at the power forward.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Now here's Burke. He's guarded by McCollum. Here's Redick. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Jones kicks to Anthony. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Anthony's got it back down to within single digits for the Trailblazers. Now Redick. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know. But he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great play. Simons, and that one is hammered home.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Redick surveying the D to end the cold streak, and it's blocked.
That's good footwork from the big man as Cantor aware defensively to get to that one.
Anthony, the pass to McCollum. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Porzingis comes in for Nicolo Melli. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Trey Burke. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Lillard way outside. Nurkic, it's good on the putback.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Lillard against Doncic. And it's good for two. Doncic has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
Powell dishes to Covington. Pass to Lillard. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Up top, Doncic. Covered by Lillard. And that one drops.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Lillard outside. 29 seconds left in the first half of the game. Makes it off the glass. Lillard's got his first bucket of the night.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Doncic against Lillard. And Doncic throws it down.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
The pass to Powell. High post, Nurkic. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. Bring it. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA. It was all about Dallas as the game got going. Looking absolutely unstoppable off the tip. They put together. And that'll...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the three, the small forward.
I like to see Richardson up there and finishing strong.
And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
It's Powell on the wing. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Porzingis inside. Covington's there. Porzingis can't hit. Trailblazers trail by 10. And Portland with another turnover here.
The body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
Doncic feeling it out. Kicks it out to Richardson. Porzingis passes to Richardson. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
Just a tiny bit of room there for Josh Richardson. And once the screen gives him that, it's golden.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. There's the dish to Nurkic. Lillard against Doncic. Second chance shot, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Lillard's got his second bucket of the night.
And Damian doesn't need a lot of time to get a shot off and found some space there.
Doncic outside. Inside. Here's Marjanovic. Nurkic with the block. They recover it. Here's Doncic. Kept alive. Goes up again. Here's Marjanovic. And they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in one trip down the floor.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Mavericks leading by 12. Burke looking over the floor. To the middle. Here's Cauley Stein. He's good with the little jumper in close.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
McCollum right side.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. We were all witnesses last year to the pandemic. It struck with worldwide repercussions. The NBA was no exception. The 1920 season was altered, and this season was delayed. But the league is finding a sense of solidarity and resolve under the leadership of Adam Silver. Now, sports is a microcosm of society as a whole, and we all are finding different ways to overcome this. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, D.A. Burke finds Cauley Stein. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Cauley Stein's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Back to McCollum. Shot clock at 6. Simons the pass to Kenny. Hardaway with it. Jones covering. Here's Melly. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Burke. The second chance effort, and it's good on the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 18.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
29 seconds left in the third.
And this feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Hardaway with a wide open look, and it's off from three-point range. Anthony, the pass to Simons. To halt the run, and the rejection by Cauley Stein. And here we go, the Mavericks in a fast break. Here's Burke. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Yeah, it's almost like he's playing with the wristwatch there. He knew the time, he executed.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Richardson is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's Cauley Stein. And it's Kleba in at the 4 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Well, the D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from 3-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
Cantor finds Lillard. Hardaway with the steal. And pushing it up is Dallas. The Mavericks again in transition. Now, here's Kleba. Cauley Stein with it. 5 on the clock. Back to Kleba. The high post shot. Tries again. And Cantor over to help. It's Richardson on the wing. The offensive rebound. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Portland Trail Blazers. And stolen by Cauley Stein. And stolen by Lillard. Anthony, the pass to Powell. And some nice ball movement here by the Trail Blazers. Down low. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Outside Hardaway. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Melly is checked in for Jalen Brunson. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Norkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Derek Jones. And here is Kleba. Feeds to Cauley Stein. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Cauley Stein doing what he does best on offense, looking to throw it down.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Lillard outside. Kicks it out to McCollum. The three-pointer, no good. Dallas has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Hardaway passes to Richardson. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Well,
wow.
I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Melly, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Melly's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
That one falls.
Mid-range, plenty of room for that release. He's going to take those all day long.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Out to Hardaway. McCollum against Richardson. Tries yet again. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Norkic has got his 4th rebound in this one.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Dallas.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Willie Cauley-Stein.
That's amazing defense from him. Seemed to know exactly when to pounce on the passing lanes and predictive steals.
They get the rebound.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Clearly a foul.
That's his first personal foul.
And the first one at the line is good. Norman Powell's checked in for Derek Jones. So he gets them both. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Doncic outside. Pass to Marjanovic. 6 to shoot. Three-pointer on the way. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Marjanovic. The Blazers on offense. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Here's Lillard, and he lays it straight in.
Well, compact and strong. Lillard using his frame and still finishes.
Now Doncic fires from deep, misses the shot. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. They poured it on it. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up.
CLA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And coming to you today from Portland. And let's go straight up.
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the five for the Clippers. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Batum in at the power forward position. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. And it's Powell in at the small forward position.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Now here's Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
No, but his teammates love that kind of energy, fellas. I mean, dunks like this demonstrate leadership.
Here's George. They grab their own miss. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
I just love the aggressive attitude of Batum, especially how hard he hits the boards.
Lillard surveying the D. And the rejection by Zubac. That one goes. Count it. And the Clippers have possession. Outside Jackson. Got a piece of it. George against McCollum. 6 on the shot clock, and the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Jackson. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, even when Jackson gets bodied on the drive, he finishes the job. What persistent from the point guard.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
George against McCollum. And they pick up 2.
You can't forget about McCollum from there, proving once again that he's not just a jump shooter.
George against McCollum. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Oh, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
No, but his teammates love that kind of energy, fellas. I mean, dunks like this demonstrate leadership.
Here's George. The Blazers getting the bucket. Zubac, great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Lillard. Oh, what a finish!
Run that back. I want to see the replay now. Oh, it's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
Now here's Leonard. And George, here we go. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. And that one's good. Lillard. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Rondo against Lillard. Teardrop shot, and there's the nice layup by Rondo.
When I think of Rondo, you have to think of the touch he has. I mean, on the floater, passes, everything he does offensively.
Lillard finds Nurkic. Rondo against Lillard. Clippers leading by 5. Rondo looking around. And that one drops for him. Rondo's got his second basket of the night.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Lillard outside. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by the Clippers. Los Angeles shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. That one is off.
And, you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
McCollum's checked in for the Trailblazers. And Fernie Simons comes in for Damian Lillard. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Kennard's checked in. Here's Simons. The rebound by Patterson.
Look, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that should be easy.
George, no good. Here's Nurkic. And so it's Los Angeles holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their lead is where it is because... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Marcus Morris is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 1. Left side, George. The 15-footer, good.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Here's Simons. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Clock at 6. Cantor trying to free himself up. Second shot opportunity. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Patterson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. George from deep three-point land, and Cantor pulls it down.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Simons, the pass to Cantor. They get it again. That shot misses. Los Angeles leading by 10. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
This is why Kennard's teammates appreciate him. He's good at sharing the wealth when they're uncovered.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
And that's a huge play. I I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. George against Jones.
That's a break for the D right there. I mean, he takes advantage of open looks inside more often than not. Anthony,
the pass to Simons. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Morris outside. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Clippers making a change here. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And the basket by Lillard.
His three-point shooting is an important part of his game. Lillard has to hit that shot all night if he wants to keep the D honest.
Outside Rondo. Dishes it to Leonard. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Opponents are physical with Kawhi just about every game, but as forceful a player as he is, he just doesn't seem to mind one bit.
Norman Powell's checked in for Portland.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one every time.
Now, here is Morris. And now, running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Lillard with the rebound.
I thought that one was going to go down. Mid-range jumpers. Oh, man, that's usually a bunny with the D playing soft like that.
But they recover it. Outside Anthony. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
How about a year ago? 82% on his foul shot, so he was reliable when he went to the line.
While the shooting of Morris provides his team with is crucial, just a real valuable part of this team.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Rondo against Lillard, and the shot goes down.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
Kennard kicks to Leonard. There's 53 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Back to Kennard. The 3. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Kennard's got the lead up to 14 now for Los Angeles. And a deep 3 from Lillard. Keeps it alive, and Cantor able to finish.
Now, that's the staple of Cantor's game. This guy has a knack for knowing how to come up with offensive boards.
Outside Rondo. 27 seconds left in the first half. Back to Kennard. Shot clock at 6. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Lillard and Damian Lillard with the jam.
You can't give any lane to the basket. Once Lillard sees it, he jumps all over it.
Kennard with the ball. Got it up. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's... Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see an outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 12 points, 3 rebounds. And that'll do it.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
He did a great job of attacking the seams, getting to the rim, and then finishing strong.
At the 2 and the 3, McCollum and Little. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Simons in at the point guard. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. McCollum finds Covington, and a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Clippers leading by 10. Right side, Leonard, wide open, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
And the reflexes are just key. Kawhi is already anticipating that shot before he even gets the ball.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Nurkic can't hit.
Slow to get warm after the break. 0 for 3 now. Maybe they need an early timeout. It's just to try to settle things down.
To the paint, Covington with the steal. Little with the ball. Working on Zubats.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Get there.
George against McCollum. He can't get it to go. And it's Portland the other way. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Pass to Little. Here's Simons. Cuts it 5 from 18. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
And they finally get one to go. I mean, and just in time, an 0 for 4 start to the second half can really make a team tighten up.
Nobody near George. And it's rebounded by Covington.
Tells you a little something about their team. They've been able to pull in front despite his struggles tonight.
And that one is good from Zubats.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Here's Simons to the middle. Here's Nurkic. And that one is off.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
George way outside. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Oh, that's just a lucky break from deep. Yeah, keep giving him that shot. Bad things will happen.
And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. And Paul George with the 3. George has got 15.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
George against McCollum. Clippers leading by 15. Outside Jackson. There's the triple. That shot no good. And for Portland, they're shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
1:14 left in the third quarter of the game. Rondo passes to Zubats. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he shot foul shots at about a 75% clip a season ago.
Enes Kanter's checked in for the Trailblazers. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Trailblazers trail by 17. Lillard outside, trying to get something going. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubats has got 6 rebounds in the game. Rondo kicks to 41 seconds left to play in the third. Passes to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
I mean, it's encouraging to see Cantor finish on the drive. The D has to offer more resistance.
Los Angeles leading by 15. Rondo dishes to Patterson. Zubac the pass to Patterson. Anthony with the defensive effort. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Yeah, with no defensive pressure at all, you've got to be able to make that exchange.
There's 14 seconds left here in the third quarter. Rondo finds Patterson. Back to Rondo. Zubac in the post. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Zubac has got 8 points.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on.
And so it's Los Angeles out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And we'll be right back after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Jackson. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Patterson. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. And it's Leonard missing.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight.
Los Angeles leading by 14. Tries it from 19. Another miss by Leonard. Trailblazers shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Lillard dishes to Jones. Lillard against Patterson. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 17 points was their biggest margin. Leonard kicks to Rondo. Back to Leonard.
He's lucky his teammates have picked up the slack for him. I mean, this shooting has been horrific.
Jones drives in and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Patrick Patterson.
At the line for your Trailblazers.
That free throw missing. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Anthony. And then for Los Angeles, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Patterson. And Georgia subbed in for Rajon Rondo. For Los Angeles, they've gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Here's George. Banked in off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 15.
Nice play by George. This is what size on the wing gives you, the option to pick your spot anywhere on the floor.
LA's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Zubac. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Back to McCollum. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Clippers leading by 17. Oh, Leonard in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove insurmountable.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Great instincts, relentless. Seems like he's getting to every miss.
McCollum against George. Clock at 6. Fires for 3. Lets it go with the 3. Portland grabs the miss. Cantor's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Jones. And the layup's good off the glass.
The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set them up.
Clippers have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Clippers.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Paul George.
He was the one dictating the pace tonight, playing up-tempo or slowing it down, but always scoring.
Here's man. Los Angeles with another miss. There's 48 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Powell with the steal. Here's Simons. And here's McCollum for 3. Drains the three-pointer.
You got to know McCollum is looking to fire off the pass. This is why you must play up on him.
Zubac's the pass to Oturu. Zubac's in the post. He's guarded by Nurkic. No good from Zubac's. Now Powell. Up and in on the layup.
Now realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
And just miss after miss right now. From deep. No good there. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. The busy freeways of Los Angeles, a hallmark of this sprawling metropolis. We're coming to you from Southern California. And they've got a few injuries on their bench. Less options, but you'd think not too big of an impact for them.
2 players injured, one of their stars out, something they'll have to dig deep to overcome.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at small forward. And for Los Angeles, they've got Batum. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. Jackson has the open look. That 3 off the mark. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Finney-Smith kicks to Porzingis. Offensive rebound.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? George dishes to Jackson. Richardson against George. Passes it to Batum, and stolen by Richardson. Inside, here's Doncic. Back to Porzingis. Finds the open look, and it's on target.
How about the shot mechanics of your 7-footer? Kristaps Porzingis is efficient in catch and shoot.
Jackson finds George. And George with the stuff.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Back to Doncic. And that one, good.
There's a savviness innate to Luka Doncic. He has played this game for such a long time. Pick and roll, yeah, that's in my bag.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it, and it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. George with no one around. Off target from outside. The Mavericks have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, he said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo subbed in for George. Here's Leonard, 6 to shoot.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Dallas leading by 4. And here is Doncic. Pass to Brunson. 6 on the shot clock. Dallas keeping it alive. A fresh 14. That one goes in.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Leonard looking around. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, almost effortless there from Kawhi Leonard. The reach and leaping ability. Look out.
The Mavericks have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Here's Doncic. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
He has not missed a shot in this quarter. They've tried running different things at him, but he's been unstoppable.
Now here's Rondo. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Leonard with the steal. One second left. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Dallas, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Marcus Morris is out there with Patrick Patterson. That's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the two-guard spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Pass to Morris. Over Hardaway. To the inside, Patterson. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
For the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Morris. And George is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And Dallas with a change here, too. Burke, he's checked in for... Oh, the power on that Gruden!
He got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Here's Burke. His three-pointers off the mark. Clippers trail by 4. Here's Mann. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's George. Here's Zubac. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Burke kicks to Powell. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
It's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy. He would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
And he recovers it. 6 to shoot. Goes back up. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
George against Hardaway. A nice shot by George. George has got the lead up to 1 now for Los Angeles. And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for the Mavericks. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. And it's good, 2 points. There's 1:54 left in the second quarter. Here's Mann. No points in the game yet for him. Zubac, the pass to man. Clippers moving the ball around. George looking over the floor. Over Cauley Stein. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Powell kicks to Burke. Launches it. And it was still over the rim. Offensive basket interference. So both teams changing it up here. The Clippers have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Rondo passes to Jackson. Dishes it to Morris. Jackson down low. Richardson cover. And the shot goes in.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Second chance shot. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
The pass to Zubac. He kicks to Jackson. The Mavericks trailer. 3-on-3. Here's Marjanovic. And it's sent back by Morris.
Well, Marcus Morris, the frame and the length to block shots. That's pretty.
To the wing right side. Zubac finds Rondo. And here's Morris for 3. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And some good act.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 1 point. Kenny, how'd you feel about it? And that should do it.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Dallas, Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Josh Richardson. Then there's Doncic, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Now, Doncic. He's got 8. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Doncic with the steal. Pass break Dallas. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, he throws it down with such ease. That rim might as well be 8 feet off the ground.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from George.
This is one of Paul George's go-to shots. His confidence and ability to rise and fire quickly from the mid-range, crucial.
Doncic looking it over. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Outside, George. The rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Leonard attacking. And the layup's good off the glass. Leonard's got 6.
Listen, Kawhi Leonard has built his game brick by brick. You want him to score on the interior? No problem.
George against Doncic. Chalk up 2 there. Doncic has got 4 this quarter.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
And here's George for 3. Bangs home the trifecta. George has got it all tied up now for Los Angeles.
Well, the defender's so quick to react to Paul George. When you have a scorer of his nature, you've got to be. It just didn't matter.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Doncic against George. Kicks it to Batum. Outside, George. That shot off the mark. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Here's Finney-Smith. Another shot. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got 6 rebounds here tonight. George dishes to Batum. Leonard against Richardson. Leonard inside. The Mavericks pull it in. Marjanovic has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Finney-Smith. Richardson tips it back in. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
The Clippers have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. George with the ball. He's got 9. And he gets the bucket.
And Paul George knocks that one down every time. He is a threat to score from any spot on the floor.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Mavericks lead by 2. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. We've got Luke Kennard, also Rajon Rondo out there, and it's Coffey in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And here's Brunson. Passes it to Cauley-Stein. Outside, Redick. But they'll get another chance. Here's Powell. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Now Powell really using that length of his to draw fouls. Great anticipation from the young big.
The first one falls.
And born and raised in Toronto, Powell is part of a growing legion of NBA players who hail from up north.
We the North. How about upon arriving in Dallas, he became the 5th Canadian to suit up just for the Dallas Mavs organization alone. So college and NBA scouts spending more time there now. What a beautiful country with plenty of basketball talent.
And here's Morris for 3. The Clippers keep it alive. Back to Kennard. Over Richardson. Kennard's shot is off. The Mavericks leading. Doncic right side. Richardson outside. Over to the left wing. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Coffey. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. There's the dish to Rondo. Mavericks with the rebound. Powell down low. Morris is there. Right block shot. Powell. That's good. Powell's got 4 this quarter.
How about the skills of Dwight Powell down low? Hard for the defense to match up with his length.
Pass to Kennard. Inside. The 3. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Finney-Smith kicks to Richardson. Lets the 3 fly. He shoots again. The shot by Powell, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Richardson gets a wide open look. Oturu with the rebound. Clippers trail by 4. Now here's Kennard. Pass to Oturu. Back to Kennard. To the middle. Here's Morris. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
My goodness. Guys, you talk about embracing the moment, burying a key shot. Go ahead, Mr. Morris. We see you doing work.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Zingas, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile 1 block we just saw on replay.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Doncic outside. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
Doncic has been in this position many times. He makes it look easy.
George against Richardson. George passes to Oturu. Right side George. Unable to get that one. And it's Dallas the other way. Here's Finney-Smith. To the right side. A wide open look here for Porzingis. No good on the 3.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Leonard with the ball. And it's Richardson picking him up. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Richardson kicks to Doncic. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
How big might this sort of mistake play out? You never know, but sometimes these are game changers.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubac is checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Billy Cauley-Stein. He's checked in for Marjanovic. Nicolo Melli comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Hardaway is subbed in for Josh Richardson.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
George against Doncic. Cauley-Stein kicks to Doncic. Clock at 4. It falls!
Doncic relishes the opportunity to deliver in big moments, and my goodness, embrace the spotlight, young man.
Jackson passes to George. No good from 3-point territory. So a close game sees David. Thank you as always. And that about wraps it up for Greg. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. We've got Luka Doncic. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward spot. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward.
I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Here's Lillard, following the score by Josh Richardson. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. 4-point game. There's the pass to McCollum. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Just 5 to shoot.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Marjanovic. Crafty move. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Nurkic up top. McCollum against Richardson. That's a 2 from Lillard. Off the left rim and out.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis.
Red hot so far, 4 for 4. Cooking with gas, couldn't draw it up any better.
Here's Lillard. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Dallas also making some changes. Dwight Powell's checked in for Marjanovic. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You can go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. Here's Powell after Luka Doncic's bucket.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
And he can extend the lead to double digits.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Doncic against Powell. Yep, that one goes in there.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Brunson against Powell. Elbow shot. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game, and that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That is his first foul of the game. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Portland. Then for the Mavericks, Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis, and Trey Burke subbed in for Doncic. It's McCollum with the drive. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
Burke looking over the floor. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
McCollum outside. Anthony, the pass to Cantor.
And, you know, Cantor can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Jones is checked in. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Richardson attacking. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Richardson against McCollum. Outside, Porzingis. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he stays
humble beginnings. You know, I'm from.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Dallas.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
Derrick Jones is out there with Anthony. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Enes Kanter. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Here is Lillard. And the rejection by Marjanovic. Portland moving the ball around. But they get it back. Pass to Cannon. Lillard from outside. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Lillard surveying the D.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility, and boy, he can strike at any time.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Pass to Marjanovic. Richardson outside. Kicks it to Doncic. And Cantor pulls it down. Trailblazers trail by 7. Lillard outside. Outside, Jones. Back to Lillard from the arc. Again, the miss by Lillard.
Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
And the wide open shot from Redick knocks down the 3 ball. And the Mavericks lead by 10.
Hey, let's face it, some of the shots Redick makes are unguardable. He knows he can drain it from way deep.
Lillard outside. Passes to Jones. Now Marjanovic. Here's Richardson. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. For Portland, they've gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
Doncic outside. 1:49 left here in the second. Richardson attacking. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Exactly what Richardson can do on the drive. I mean, he can handle the ball. He's got a quick step. He can finish when he gets to the rim.
Lillard, the pass to Carmelo. Richardson covering. Outside Anthony. Down low. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Outside, Redick. Richardson outside. The pass to Marjanovic. Back to Richardson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Finney-Smith, defended by Jones. And Finney-Smith gets it to go.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
And if it doesn't, this is only going to get uglier. I mean, that's no way to defend a player of his caliber.
Lillard against Doncic. Mavericks leading by 12. Richardson the pass to Finney-Smith. And here is Marjanovic. Richardson outside. Shoots over Cantor. And Cantor pulls it down.
Well, that's a good player missing from point-blank range. That's one you got to convert.
Lillard against Richardson. Here's Cantor. It's rebounded by Dallas. Outside for Redick. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer. And that concludes the first half. The Mavericks on top.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2. Right out of the gates, it was Dallas setting the tone. And Kenny, along with the incredible... And...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We've seen Josh Richardson really having a great game.
Well, he was putting on a passing clinic in that first half, set up a lot of their mates.
And, you know, that's what delights him most. That's what he takes most pride in. He loves being the chief facilitator.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Powell. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Melly in at the small forward. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. McCollum kicks to Nurkic over Cauley-Stein. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Here's Powell, puts the move on. And the rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 17. Here's McCollum. Pass to Powell. Back to McCollum. Over Hardaway. Mavericks with the rebound.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Brunson with a clean look. Offensive rebound. Cauley-Stein passes to Melly. The second chance effort. Bucket is good. Melly's got his first bucket in this one.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
Here's Simons, and the layup falls.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. 20 feet out. Rebound by Nurkic.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Powell, the pass to McCollum. Feeds it to Nurkic. Out left to the wing. Passed a little. Stolen by Brunson. Fast break, Dallas. There's the feed to Cauley-Stein. Outside Hardaway. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Boy, Powell showing you great aggressiveness that time, fighting hard to come up with that offensive rebound.
Simons surveying the D. Nurkic finds Powell. Baseline jumper. Nurkic. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
There's 1:54 left in the third quarter. Brunson, no good. Trailblazers trail by 17. Simons, the pass to Powell. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
Pass to Melly. Back to Brunson. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. It's good on the putback.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
And there's the pass to McCollum. He dishes it to Nurkic. Back to McCollum. Puts up a three. He can't get that one. And it's Dallas the other way. To the paint. Cauley-Stein's shot is good. And the Mavericks lead by 19.
Nice work inside by Cauley-Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
Here's Simons. Brunson covering. Powell, the pass to Simons. Basket good. Simons has got 4 points in the quarter.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Pass to Melly. Back to Hardaway. Shot clock at 6. Dishes to Powell. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Simons, the pass to Powell. Here's Simons. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. They've got Enes Kanter, Anthony out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Lillard outside. And Lillard throws it down.
Boy, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets using that astounding speed to blaze past the defenders.
Mavericks leading by 15. Doncic kicks to Marjanovic. Richardson with it. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. We have got to see that sensational mobile 1 block again.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
One minute now into this 4th quarter. Porzingis passes to Richardson. Out to Porzingis. 4 on the shot clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Richardson outside. Marjanovic passes to Porzingis. Kicks it out to Richardson. Clock at 6. Here's Doncic. Makes good on the step-back jumper.
Boy, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Lillard left side. 3-pointer. And another make to his scoring column. His 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11.
Okay, nice job here in the second half. Field goal percentage is way up from what it was at halftime when it was just barely above 30%.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's foul number 2 for him. And we're around 2 minutes into the 4th quarter here. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Richardson finds Marjanovic. Back to Richardson. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Not much the defense could do there with Richardson bouncing like that.
Now here's McCollum. Pass to Covington. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Down low and finished off by Nurkic.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Doncic against Lillard. Shoots in deep. Nurkic with the block. And now Portland on the break. A 3 from McCollum. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And you can't give McCollum any space. Always a threat to pull the trigger.
3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Doncic kicks it out to Richardson. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Mavericks making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. So far in the 4th quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. McCollum outside. It's Covington on the wing. Portland moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Nurkic. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Mavericks leading by 11. Hardaway goes in. The shot from 20 feet away. They grabbed their own miss. Here's Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
High post, Nurkic. Powell for 3. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time. And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Dallas.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Doncic passes to Cauley-Stein. Passes it to Hardaway. Here's Porzingis. He feeds it to Cauley-Stein. Kicks it out to Richardson. And the pass to Doncic. Second chance shot. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
From about 19 feet, off target with that shot.
Boy, Doncic showing some nice.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our Hello, basketball fans. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Clippers, Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Lillard against Jackson. And the shot is good. In the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered. At the point guard position in particular, much more scoring expected than in decades past.
I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feels secondary.
Portland with the ball after the basket by Los Angeles. Here's Lillard, and he converts the layup. Lillard's got his second basket.
One thing about Lillard is he can go with either hand when he's attacking the rim, and that makes it very difficult to defend.
McCollum against George. To the inside. Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Lillard against Jackson. Now here's Lillard. Not a lot of room. That one's not going to go. Excellent D there from George. Banked in off the glass.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor. And the versatility of Paul George's game. Elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
You think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Now here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Yeah, the Claw using those broad shoulders and those hands, snatching that one down, wasting no time going back up.
Zubac against Lillard. Powell in the high post. Portland moving the ball around. Takes the three. And it's Lillard missing.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Now, here's George. From the arc. They get it again. Here's Zubac. And Covington sends it back. And he's able to get it back. Clock at 4. Here's Zubac. And finally, that one's good. Zubac has got 8.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Shot to stop the run. And the rejection by Zubac. And the Clippers another fast break opportunity here. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Outside, George. George with the jam.
Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Leonard with the steal. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there. All the way to the bucket, no resistance, just swipe the candy from him.
Jackson with it, now defended by McCollum. Jackson against McCollum. It's George on the wing. Lets it go from deep. Zubac, the second chance points on the tip in. 10 points for him.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Anthony's checked in for the Trailblazers. And Fernie Simons comes in for Lillard. .23 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. McCollum, no good.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense, not really a factor.
Man passes to Patterson. Dishes to Rondo. Just 3 on the clock. No good on that one. And so it's Los Angeles. Up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And we've got more at...
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And quite a position here for the Clippers to be in. What do you think, guys?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Keep plays alive with your activity. That's what it's about.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. They've got Enes Kanter. Jones is out there with Anthony. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the 1. And it's McCollum off the drive. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Not bothered by getting hit on that play, probably because C.J. is capable in the air to make an adjustment.
And we played through the first minute here in the second. Here's Mann. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Just 4 to shoot. Morris finds Patterson. Here's Mann. Morris looking over the floor. Lays it up and banks it in.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Here's McCollum. That one a little long.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And Patterson kicks to Kennard. And last season, Marcus Morris's name, one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
And the basket by Lillard.
Now, there's another way Lillard can beat you off the ball. Great timing on the catch and shoot.
Lillard against Rondo. Shoots from the high post. The shot, no good. And the Trailblazers going the other way. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Trailblazers trail by 12. On the wing, Jones. Kennard covering. Lillard outside. They get the rebound. The shot's good from Kanter.
One of the game's very best offensive rebounders, Kanter also has the wherewithal to quickly convert for the score.
Outside Rondo. Pass to Mann. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Lillard surveying the D. And he makes that one. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this here at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. Probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Fires the 3. Not going to go that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Yeah, they've gotten into a nice flow this quarter.
Rondo dishes to Morris. Back to Rondo. 35 seconds left now here in the second. Missed inside.
Been a struggle for him tonight, but if they can make this lead hold up, he can just chalk this up as one of those nights.
19 seconds left in the first half of the game. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul. 16 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. McCollum against George. 5 to shoot. McCollum passes to Nurkic. George, that's a two-pointer. And so we conclude the first half. Look.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 11. Shaq, what was your... And that'll do...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You've got to like what Ivica Zubac has done in this game.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
And the team appreciating all of that dirty work going on. His activity has been phenomenal.
They've got Batum. Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Simons, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And it's George missing.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
McCollum laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And that's now 6 points for C.J. McCollum. Jackson kicks to George. Fires from deep. They get it back. Kicks it out to Leonard for the 3. Passes it to George. From deep three-point range. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Covington against Batum. Covington dishes to Powell. Pass to Nurkic. Back to Powell. To the middle. And finished off by Nurkic.
Nurkic around there, big and right on top of the cylinder.
George looking around. Shoots from the line. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
And the basket is good. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Simply, there are nights where he becomes a scoring machine, outside, inside. it doesn't matter. You have to keep a body on McCollum at all times.
And a deep three from George. And the three off target.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Patterson, he's checked in for Zubats. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Lillard. Outside, George. Looking to get it going, and he sinks the layup. George has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, keep it or dish it. Those are the decisions Paul George is trying to make, and he makes the right one there.
Three-pointer, Lillard. The rebound by Patterson. Patterson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Poked away. And they're pushing it up. Here's Nurkic. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Anthony's checked in. The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw this game.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Nurkic is a double-double machine every night. There's not a lot of teams right now that are equipped on their roster to handle the kind of size that Nurkic can bring.
Good on the three-point shot.
Well, you can see and maybe feel right now him getting into the comfort zone out there after dropping the second three of the half.
Kicks it out to Lillard. Six to shoot. Buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got 15.
Well, the defense very attentive to him in the first quarter, but he's finally gotten loose in the second and making them pay.
Right side, George. Nurkic with the double team. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, for a guy who used to be more proficient in the half-court game, Lillard showing that nowadays he's just as dominant in transition.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
It's his first trip to the line.
Well, I love to watch Lillard play. He's from the Bay Area. That's where I'm from. But he's fearless, heartless, and he usually saves his best for last. It's Lillard time in the fourth quarter. At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Rondo drives in. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 5.
He sees the court so well, Rondo. As soon as the lane opened up, he was all over it.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
A 3 from McCollum, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Sometimes it happens when the offense is struggling, but every now and then this helps with the offensive uptick right there. Great job of setting his teammate up.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the floor for Portland, Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then there's McCollum. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot. McCollum against Jackson. The pass to Zubats. He dishes it to Rondo. Shot clock at 6. Zubats in the post. He's covered by Cantor. Out to Morris. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper.
A nice move there by Morris. An aggressive scorer with excellent form on his jump shot.
Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. It's McCollum on the wing. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
Not sure which clips they watched at halftime, but he has figured out how to attack the D, and they kept him in check in the first half. He's flipped it.
Jackson finds Rondo. Excellent D from Cantor.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Leonard comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Paul George in for Rajon Rondo. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons. George up top. George double teamed. Pass to Zubats. Kicks to Jackson. Back to Zubats. Outside, George. Jackson has the open look. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Portland trailing here. To take the lead. The putback, and Cantor able to finish.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
Outside, George. And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, Paul George, look out. Hammers that one home.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. From deep. It's hauled in by Zubats for Los Angeles. They've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. And the shot goes in. And it's a 3-point Clipper lead.
And who do you call when you need a big bucket for this team more and more? It's Kawhi.
Lillard again missing.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Passes to George. Stolen by Cantor. Powell against Leonard. Back to Powell. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Let this be a reminder, when you're going up for a shot, it's always important to know where Kawhi Leonard may be lurking. He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Trailblazers trail by 6. And a deep 3 from Lillard. They need this. The Trailblazers get it back in a new 14. The shot's good from Cantor.
Known as a coachable guy with a very positive attitude, Cantor has to be feeling good on that shot.
A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
Lillard fires away from way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
That's a tip of the cap there, always wanting to take the big shot for his team. Lillard makes more than his fair share.
Powell against Leonard. Pass to Zubats. Back to Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jackson passes to Zubats, and it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Here's Leonard. Yes!
And now the go-to guy in these situations. Leonard can handle that kind of pressure in the big moment as well as anyone.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. They've led by as many as 14 points. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. Jackson against Lillard. Jackson kicks to Leonard. Left side, George. 6 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, and another 3 for the Clippers.
Pretty cool that Paul George came to the game on the rocket ship because he's on another planet right now.
Lillard way outside. Cans the 3.
Well, he has that ability, elevates his game in the clutch time. It's Lillard time. He's on point.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. It was a fantastic. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony. And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams. As we're... Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for... Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have...
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position. And for Dallas, they've got Richardson. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. Batum against Porzingis. 6 to shoot. Here's Doncic. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Strong instincts and positioning. Kawhi read that shot all the way.
Now the pass to Zubac. And Batum kicks to Zubac. George against Richardson. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players. But you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. right. He sends it right off the glass. Richardson outside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Super assertive on the offensive end. Something Josh has worked on, and it's paid off.
And Richardson drops them both.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Outside, George. Inside.
Very surprising. He gets the ball where he wants it in a decent matchup.
A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney Smith is a guy you can win with.
And Doncic hits it to go.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
Richardson against George. Zubac trying to break loose. George with the bucket. George has got his second basket of the game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Stolen by Jackson. George against Porzingis. George passes to Jackson. Outside for Batum. 5 on the clock. And he drops it in from the low post. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Doncic outside. And the basket is good.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Jackson dishes to George. Tips it up. Great positioning on the putback.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. The drive by Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
And a deep three from George. Can't hit that one. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Jackson finds Batum. Fires the three. Jackson misses.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
There's 38 seconds left to play in the first. LA has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Batum passes to Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Nobody near George. Hits it from three-point range. George has got 7 points.
And we talk about George's confidence. When you have that kind of range, you should be confident.
Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Clippers lead by 1. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
And you know this, most of the time, offensive rebounds generate high percentage looks.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. We've got Marcus Morris. He's out there with Patrick Patterson. Kennard is out there with Rajon Rondo. And it's man in at the 2 spot. Mavericks trail by 3. Now Redick. Takes it from 10. Connects. The jumper drops.
Anytime Redick gets the ball from there, he's going to rise up as pure a shooter as we have ever had in the game.
As sort of a hired gun, Redick's been a premier floor spacer in this league for a long time.
Listen to these numbers, GA, for his career. He has shot over 40% from 3. One season, he hit 47% from beyond the arc. And I can tell you, that is a tough mark to hit. And over the years, his incredible range has just become more and more valuable.
And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Rondo passes to Mann. Back to Rondo. Passes it to Patterson. Now Kennard. Guarded by Hardaway. Clock at 6. And foul on the shot. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
From 10 feet out, it's deflected.
Just a great job of timing on the block from Patterson.
Here's Mann. Brunson covering. Out to the wing. Patterson with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Kennard. It's rebounded by Brunson. Mavericks trailed by 3. Hardaway kicks to Powell. Pass to Brunson. Drops in the layup for 2.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Great look, but off the mark. Mavericks have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Hardaway kicks to Brunson. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Mann passes to Patterson. Now here's Kennard. Back to Patterson. The pass to Kennard. To the paint. Patterson, that's good. Patterson's got the lead up to 3 now for the Clippers. Now the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important, and then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well. When your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Cauley-Stein. Porzingis comes in for Dwight Powell. Josh Richardson's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
For Dallas, they have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point, and he makes both free throws.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
56 seconds left in the first half. George passes to Zubac. Outside for George. And then George with the jam.
Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
Doncic feeling it out. Count it, good.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Jackson dishes to George. Launches it. It's rebounded by Dallas. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. The shot's good.
I mean, in transition, Josh Richardson is fast with or without the ball in his possession.
And a deep 3 from George. And that one released in time, but no good. And that...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. Some good action during the period, as it was just... That's all for now.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
They've got Marjanovic. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Leonard the pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts, and the one thing I love, he really can pass.
Jackson against Doncic. Pass to Finney Smith. And here is Marjanovic. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. For Dallas, they have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
And so he hits the technical free throw. Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But, you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
George against Richardson. Outside for George. From outside the arc. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists in the game. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. A 2-point game. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. And Los Angeles guys shooting reasonably well, 45%. The 3 from George. They get it back. Zubac kicks to George. Left side, Leonard. The shot goes down, and it gets this game back to even.
You know, there's a rhythm to Leonard's game, but also an awareness. Just takes what the defense allows.
Doncic against Jackson. Doncic with the bucket.
Playing at his tempo, his pace. He's been dialed in all night.
Jackson looking around. Richardson against George. No good from Zubac.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Doncic against Jackson. Passes it to Porzingis. Richardson up top. Makes it off the glass. And it's a 4-point Maverick lead.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Jackson dishes to George. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. Fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
Rondo passes to Morris. Back to Rondo. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Really admire the fact that Rondo is not afraid to go down there in the paint from time to time.
1:22 left in the third. Rondo against Doncic. Shot clock at 6. Here's Cauley Stein. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the way in.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Rondo kicks to Kennard. 51 seconds left to play here in the third, and he gets it back. Rondo passes to George. Tries again. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
The all-around game Paul George possesses is so special. His versatility is what makes him so valuable.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Marjanovic checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Ipao comes in for Porzingis. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Hands checked in. Dallas making a switch here. Brunson's checked in. Hardaway kicks to Powell. Back to Hardaway. Powell trying to free himself up. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Rondo dishes to Morris. Rondo passes to Morris. For the lead. The shot, no good. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Mavericks lead by 2. And time for the... While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
3 tenths quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then there's Patrick Patterson. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's man in at the 2-guard position. And Boban Marjanovic picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Zinkas, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Richardson, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Clippers moving the ball around. Leonard inside. Fades. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. The Mavericks leading to the inside. Here's Richardson. That's tipped. Leonard against Doncic. Out to Morris to take the lead. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Finney-Smith's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Porzingis passes to Marjanovic. Count that one. Marjanovic has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Mavs. Clippers trail by 4. Rondo finds Leonard. That shot missing. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Here's Porzingis, and he banks in the layup. Porzingis has got the lead up to 6 now for Dallas.
He was able to simply lay it in over the top of the smaller man.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Rondo against Doncic. Rondo kicks to Patterson. 6 to shoot. Here's Mann, and he makes good on the layup.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
It's stolen. And now the Clippers on the break. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Leonard.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
And it was great execution. Clutch effort all the way around.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Doncic kicks to Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
George against Richardson. From 13, George, no good. Mavericks leading by 4. Richardson outside. Porzingis at the elbow. Back to Richardson. The wide open look here for Porzingis, and it's good off the back rim and in. And the Mavericks lead by 6. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. Doncic against Jackson. Pass to George. Six on the shot clock. There's the triple. The rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Doncic against Batum. Doncic passes to Marjanovic. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Clippers trail by 6.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
And I don't think they will. The problem is they've waited too long to make a move.
George, no good. The Mavericks have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Now here's Hardaway. And the pass to Marjanovic. Beyond the arc, and it's the Clippers with the rebound. And now the Clippers on the break. George looking over the floor. To end the drought. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
Outside, Porzingis. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know why they didn't do it right away. Those are precious seconds.
Doncic outside. Good.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and